Hunter's Full Moon Trilogy is the first book in the Eastern Faraway Adventures by Midnight Tower.
It's Dave here. This is Banded Badgers, and this is our motley crew for a brand new campaign coming our way from our friends over at Midnight Tower. And I say friends because they're over there. Look, the middle and over there. It says Flynn. It's actually Eric. Welcome, Tova and Eric. As part of our GM Creator Series, we've managed to wrangle them for their first time GMing live as well. One of their own creations. We are going to be running the Hunter's Full Moon Trilogy. I know that because I can see it in the window opposite. So I was really, otherwise I'd have to go like that. So we're going to be playing that with them over the next few weeks and months as we take on the first book or the first trilogy. Now, before we get into the game and before we introduce our players, we want to find out a little bit more about you, Midnight Tower. This is your elevator pitch. So ready? Between the two of you, go.
Okay, I'm 50% of Midnight Tower. I write the adventures. This is the first adventure that we wrote in 2019. We have done 11 Kickstarters, I think, and they have actually been successful. So we write campaigns.
You should be surprised by that.
Every really time. Good. Equally surprised every time. I'm like, it's never going to work. And then, so yeah. I do the writing, I do some of the art, and Eric, you do other stuff. So you can talk a little bit as well. Go.
What do? I do most of the layout, and I try to create videos, sometimes successfully, and I do a lot of editing because weirdly, I love editing. I seem to be the only one, but there you are.
Cool. There you go. And we can see that Eric has just got back from the gym. I'm sure he'll change again in a sec.
You should see what he's wearing when he's mowing the lawn.
Oh, that's it. No, you can't handle that.
That's a different stream.
Oh, that's the fans area. We're going there already. Yeah.
Very much so. So yes,
right.
That's us.
Fantastic. That is Midnight Tower. Now, I'm just going to... You mentioned how surprised you are at the Kickstarters were being so successful, but that also is why you are now Emmy nominated. So
I know.
You shouldn't be a surprise.
I am. I wake up and I go like, how is this a sort of alternate universe? Shouldn't I be having like a crappy job somewhere and be bossed around by someone? But no, apparently
Sounds
not.
like my job, but okay. that's my day job.
Right, treat carefully now.
Yeah, but what I'm going to do, let's shove on the screen some images there. Now, these are just some of the books which are available right now. Where can people find them? There's a clue on the screen.
They can find them. You have descriptions and everything on our website, midnight-tower.com, and they are also available from Drive-Thru RPG and Amazon, and soon no games, and in the not too distant future, even more places.
Fantastic. Right, enough about you guys. Let's get on to the players. Well, there's me. People know me. I'm Chief Badger. And there's some bloke called Steve. But other than that, we're joined. It's Diana. Diana's back. How are you doing? It's been a while.
I'm back. I know. I'm so happy to be back on Banded Badgers. Hi, guys. I'm Diana Restrepo, for those of you who don't know me. I am an actor in Los Angeles. I'm also a sword fighter, and I do a whole bunch of tabletop RPGs on a whole bunch of different networks. So I am happy to be back. Thank you for having me.
You are always very, very welcome, because the coolest thing I've ever heard someone say is, I am a sword fighter.
I am. I mean, and I am.
That is like exactly.
Wow.
I'll share videos one day.
I think you should. Because it's awesome. It is awesome.
We should run that as a trailer.
Oh yeah.
I could do one. My boyfriend and I could do one for you and send it over.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Wait till it's not 90 degrees out or 100 degrees outside. Please.
Fair
You're in,
point.
you're in a bit of a heat wave. See, here in the UK, it's been raining
It is-
pretty much.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been raining. Yeah.
It's so
Oh,
strange. It's
nice.
England
So
and it's
humid.
raining. I know
Yeah, what's
no one
going
is
on?
going to believe that, but
Yeah,
it's true.
it
No,
is.
it is true.
But hey ho. And now joining us again is fan favourite, it's Dragonborn Bard. How you doing?
Hi, I'm back. I'm basically like backup badger at this point, and I'm here. I'm part of the quite a lot. You can find me when I'm not here down there. That's my little corner of the internet where we sell some dice, and I'm working on some new prototypes at the moment. One that I finished today for this very particular stream with a sub race that
So cool.
I've written that Tobey is letting me. I think up there. I think that's the direction I'm going. Mine's more mirrored over here. That is. Run with today, which is awesome. You can find me on what's the dance like? Hula. You can find me
It's
on
the Dragonborn Bard. It's when working his magic already.
Hell yeah!
Is that what it
charisma.
looks like when you're making dice? Sort of like, whoa.
There's a lot more swearing when I'm making dice. It's,
I love the way you say
it's so
in your
expensive, that
corner.
mistake.
I love the way you say in your little
Yeah,
corner. And I was thinking, you're Cornwall. It's not a corner, it's Cornwall. But, hey,
Oh.
there we go.
Yeah, so I'm down here
very
in
clever.
humid Cornwall, where even the chair I'm sat on is damp right now because it's so humid and it's awful. But I love down here. Yeah, you can find me on most places. So Twitch, twitch.tv/Dragonborn Industries, on Instagram as Dragonborn Industries and at the Dragonborn Bard. We'll be doing some more giveaways coming up soon, and then we'll talk in here and maybe do some giveaways in future episodes, but we don't know yet. But go, Steve.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Steve, are you allowed to say anything?
Am I allowed to say anything?
No. So let's
You
let's
shut up
talk
when I'm speaking.
Go on, Steve. I'll give you 10 seconds. You've already used 3.
Thanks. Yes, I'm Steve.
And that's
I'm
it.
just
Now go on. For those of you who are new to Band of Badgers, we don't like Steve very much. But,
Yes, we do.
Fuck you. I love Steve.
Yeah, there will be no bullying during this campaign. That's
Oh.
me.
You just turned Steve immortal, I think.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
harm will come to Steve.
I've got that thick a skin at this point. I'm probably bulletproof.
Yep. You should see what we do at the in-person live shows.
In my head, I finish that sentence every weekend.
Oh boy.
Right. Anyway, shall we? Is everybody ready to play?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Here we go. Nice big deep breath again. For everybody who's watching live, thank you so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe. We're on Prime Twitch. You'll see some messages pop up on the screen. I'm sure you will. We've got some merch as well. Merch, everybody. Look. Merch.
Look at this amazing mug.
There we go.
It is nice.
There we go.
If you buy this, your adventures will be amazing. Bing. Okay,
Yes.
that
Oh,
was my
I'll
only
go with
attempt
that.
to advertising. Enjoy.
So I'm not the GM of a game. I actually get to play, which is great. I only normally play in Steve's games. Where he
Get to
kill
die.
me.
So.
So yeah, and now I'm going to die in this one as well. But I hopefully I'll get to meet someone soon in the pub. But maybe.
See
we'll
if you
see
make
what
it to the
happens.
pub.
Well, let's see if I get to the pub.
Here's hoping.
I mean, the game starts in the pub, but it'd be like, oh wow, we lost someone on the way.
Yeah,
I think a new character.
Like already down one player. Darn it!
Yeah, there we go. Okay, right. So Tobey, I will hand the reins over to you. You're that way. There you go.
Yes, I'm here.
The
Hi.
game is now yours.
Thank you. Oh, all right. So this adventure takes place in Eastern Faraway. It is a world that Eric and I created together with our players for 25 years ago. And you now get to be a part of it. So a little bit about Eastern Faraway then. Long ago, Eastern Faraway was once a part of the Faraway Kingdom, together with Laranzin and Sonnemark. The Faraway Kingdom, which is also known as the Faraway Empire, according to some more pompous historical scholars, from Northwind Gate. However, after the First Winter War, the Faroe Kingdom was divided into several smaller kingdoms: Northern Faroe, Southern Faroe, Western and Eastern Faroe, and the Outer Islands. Since that time, Eastern Faroe has seen both wars, natural disasters, and hardship, but also enjoyed long years of peace and prosperity. However, recently, gnolls, goblins, and other monsters have come down from the mountains. They have raided outlying villages, and you've seen several abandoned carts and smashed up merchants' wagons along your way. You are currently in Buckwald, a wilderness region in eastern Faroe filled with deep forests, craggy mountains, and stony hills. To the south is a lush elvish kingdom of the Silver Woodlands, and to the north is a North Star region, which cover most of the high mountain chains all the way to the coast. The roads in Buckwald has never been exactly safe, and traveling in numbers seems like a wiser choice. Your group has met along the road and decided to travel together since you are all heading to the same destination, Buckbridge, a small isolated village where your adventure will begin. So, would you mind describing your character, Kingsman?
Okay, my character, I am playing a half-elven ranger. He is fairly dishevelled in appearance. He pretty much lives in the wilds, a ranger by nature, and he makes he doesn't have a home anymore. And we'll get into that at some point, I'm sure. But he is a wandering folk hero, going from town to town. If anyone's familiar with Kung Fu, that is him. He is a do-gooder by heart. And he doesn't come to trust people that often. And when he does, he becomes very, very loyal to them. And on his travels, he has also met Kara. Over to you.
Thank you. Kara is an Asimar paladin. She is very tall. She has bluish white skin. Her eyes glow like the sun. She's very stoic in her posture. And she also has been traveling for a very long time on her own, trying to find her family and her tribe. She comes from Northern Faroe, so those who come upon her and look at her are quite taken back because she is a foreigner and she's very different from the rest of the world.
And I think you are traveling together with Killian as well, who you met in the Silent Woods when you were looking for clues.
Yes.
Yes, my character is Kiliana Rasmussen. I'm a wood elf barbarian, 6'4", not hugely muscled, more of a sort of mountaineer's physique, wiry sort of strength. He's covered in tribal tattoos in bright green ink across the face and the arms, finished with a large back piece that is a combination of a stylized Yggdrasil, the world tree, and nestled amongst the roots is a drake, a Nidhogg. He's been traveling looking for a specific person. I won't reveal why, but they are linked to a silver star that I carry on me at all times.
Awesome. And then recently, you three have met up with two other wanderers. So, Flinny, would you mind describe your character?
Flinny is a human rogue, although he doesn't necessarily tell everyone around him that he is a rogue. He is dressed very much like any other traveler, but those who have traveled with him for some time will have noticed that he packs an unusual number of blades, small blades of different sizes. He also, well, what will you know about him? He has recently left Whiteport, which is a huge town situated in the far northeast on the coast. And he doesn't tell anyone exactly why he's left, but he's much more interested in what other people have to tell him. But you also catch him looking over his shoulder every now and then in a slightly nervous way. And he's traveling along with
Vixorus. So,
Yes.
from a distance, Vixorus looks like many other Dragonborn. Indistinguishable between male and female, and tall, 6.5 foot, with deep amber and green eyes. Lithe compared to many Dragonborn, but still a walking dragon. No tail, no wings, but his claws are thin and sharp. And from a short distance, he looks like he's rolled in dirt, but not their clothing. Getting closer, you'd notice that the scales on Vixorus are made from earth and stone, and between each one, soil and moss can be found. And it doesn't make noise while he moves. And those who have met an Earth Ganassi before would see some resemblance. However, at the tip of each of those stone scales is a somewhat, and at the edge of the tips is like a very glistening gemstone-like material. And he's been given the nickname the Bright Scale because of this. He is a Dragonborn bard of a sub-race that I have written that Toby has let me have the absolute pleasure of running here.
It's really awesome. I like that. It's really well written and it's a good call of IDs and stuff. So together with your group is also another traveler. It's a half-elf woman with curly dark hair, and she's called Liz, which is short for Lysandria. You've noticed during the last couple of days that she's not the best at living in the wild. She can't put up a tent. Her cooking is even worse, but she has a keen eye that has saved you from trouble more than once. And she also seemed to be quite skilled at healing. So your journey has continued and you're getting closer to Buckbridge. Dry autumn leaves rustle under your tired feet and you decided to push on to reach the village before nightfall. The promise of a warm ale and a good ale, or two, not to mention a comfortable bed and a burning log fire, drives you onwards. Just as the sun is setting behind the mountains, you clear the last crest of a craggy hill and reach Buckbridge village. The fading daylight paints the huddled log cabins in amber and glitters in the swift river, which runs under an ancient stone clapper bridge. 3 wooden hunting towers guard the village, which is surrounded by deep forests. At the heart of Buckbridge is a taller building with brightly lit windows. A tavern sign creaks in the breeze, and the mouth-watering scent of roasted meat and newly baked bread reach your nose. As you walk down to the village, you hear a wolf howl somewhere in the distance, which makes you hurry your step. You quickly walk down to the inn and stand in front of the rustic oak door. What would you like to do next?
What's the sign on the door say?
It says the grey hair.
Okay.
Oh, we have a picture.
Oh,
There it is.
Toot toot.
That is a welcome sight.
So you're cold, and
Yes.
it's autumn, and there's a slight drizzle in the air.
Kara is going to be staring off into the distance, listening to the wolf howling at the moon.
Hmm?
So she's going to be almost looks like in a trance and just staring straight.
Yeah.
Kara, it's just a wolf. There's no. It's just a wolf.
I know, but there have been times when my tribe has called wolves to speak to them and to connect with them.
Can you understand wolves?
I understand their body language.
Oh. Interesting.
They
They're
walk on all
very
fours.
intelligent creatures.
They walk on all fours and they eat meat.
Yes, they do. Shall we?
Right, yes. Brilliant idea. I walked straight into the inn.
She opens the door for you.
Exactly. No, let's hang out here among the wolves. I see. You made it to the first session. I wasn't sure if you all were all going to make it to the end. I bet you did. Well done. You are now safe inside the inn. For those who are interested, and if you look around, you can roll an intelligence history check.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
First roll.
First
Right?
roll.
Oh, I don't know.
Natural 1.
Not my greatest skill.
Oh my god, I rolled a
Never-
20, but I have a 1. So 21. That's my first 20.
Nice.
Let's hope
Nailed
I
it.
didn't. Yeah.
Off to
14.
roaring stuff. Anyone who rolled over DC 12, you notice that the architecture of the inn's ground is a little bit unusual. So it's like this sort of stone ground floor, and then the rest is sort of built with wood and stuff. And it's built in an ancient woven style that originates from the Iron Shield clan era. Once upon a time, you think that this could possibly have been a small keep or maybe a larger watchtower. So when you walk quickly into the inn, the innkeeper greets you. She is a middle-aged woman with long braid like mine, but red. And she sort of sizes you up on one glass and sort of like, "Well, hello, travelers. You seem to be traveling for a long while. You look both cold and hungry, unless I'm mistaken." And she presents herself as Rosie, and she's the innkeeper.
Aw,
Here we
Rosie.
are. That's Rosie. And she nods at the chalkboard and says that the menu is on the wall, and if you want to have a room, you better book them quickly because next week will probably be full because that's when the Hunter's Full Moon Festival starts.
And with
There's a
that,
festival?
Vixorus just pushes his way through the front of all of you. He's like, my good lady, thank you very much. We would kindly and humbly bequeath your request for a room, and pulls out a coin purse. We will all have rooms, food, and board for the night, if it were for you, please. And just throws 5 gold at the bar.
Okay.
Pulls a loot, just kicks a chair, sits down by the fire, and just starts tuning up. Please, friends, it's been a long road. May we sit, may we drink, may we eat, be merry.
You now have the attention of everyone at the inn, sort of people going like, "Oh, what? Who's that?" And you can hear some people like, that's you see some of the younger ones, they're like, "Is it a dragon? I don't think it's a dragon. It looks like a dragon. I don't think it's a dragon. It doesn't act like a dragon." No, but nevertheless,
He
so-
plays on that. And every now and again, he hears them and sees them, he's just like, hi.
Yeah, you see one of them is like this sort of like young boy. He's probably 16, maybe he shouldn't be at the pub, and he's sort of like, his eyes are this big, sort of like he's following your every movement, like, "Oh my god, look, he ate something. Now he had a name. He had another one." So you definitely, but even so, there's someone in your company who's actually drawing almost the same amount of attention to herself. You can see even the bartender is sort of a little bit, "Oh, welcome to you, Kara. I don't think we have. Well, welcome to this humble abode." You see, she gets quite sort of, for once, she doesn't appear to be someone who gets who loses her words, but this time she does. She's like, "Menu on the wall, if you please."
Thank you.
You on the menu, you have game pie, boar steak, venison stew. There's also soup. Oh, here we go.
that's a
Here's the whole
menu.
menu. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
And Victorious has generously paid for whatever you'd like to have.
So, do we get to have everything on the menu, Visaurus, since you've graciously paid more than what the establishment
Well, I would hope so.
probably earns in a day?
Spanish. And he like snorts, and he's got his feet up, and he's like just strumming the lute, and he's just like, "Yes, I imagine so, but money is a thing to be spent, and let us feast while we can, as this journey has been unpleasant." And you see, he is wearing quite affluent clothing, but no armor, and is just those kind of like adventurous high boots with like pantaloons and a like loose blouse. And it's just like obviously a full show here. And he's like, yes, please help yourself to whatever. Like he owns the place. Just
He raises sort of like, all right.
anything you want, you can have it all.
This is like the best company ever. I am virtually invisible in this group.
Yeah, no one is paying any attention to you whatsoever. Or
Was there a
Kingsman
fifth person? I don't know.
Killian. Yeah. No, the rest just sort of fades away in the background.
Yeah, how do people react to Killian?
Kingsman. Come on.
To react to who? Sorry.
To Killian.
Killian.
There seems to be sort of like most attentions is sort of definitely attracted to Victorious and Cara. You notice that actually give me a perception check.
13.
Come again?
13.
13. That's good enough. When you look around to see how people are reacting, first of all, you notice that there are not that many hunters here, weirdly, because this is, clearly, you would expect that there would be more hunters here, but it's not. It's mainly like younger people or quite old people. So it appears that there are not that many hunters around. You notice two people who catches your attention. One is a dwarf who's sitting in a corner, sort of just overflowing with books and scrolls and maps, and he has this, during all of this commotion, he's noticed nothing. He has his sort of rather big nose deep into a book, and he's sort of like, that's interesting. You can see he's wearing glasses, but he's still squinting and looking a little bit too closely. The other person you notice is the merchant in a corner, and he seems to have ordered quite a lot of food, and he's tasting the wine sort of like with a slight sort of like yes, but he's looking over at Victoria, sort of hoping for some sort of decent entertainment. Clearly, he's also quite nicely dressed in like silk for some reason, although it's middle of nowhere, but yeah, and sort of like a velvet brocade sort of nice coat. So those two catches your interest.
Right. I'm with these people. And I sort of wander over to Victorious and sit down.
All right.
Vix is like, after you.
I was going to have a word with Rosie. Rosie, may I? I don't require a room. I prefer to sleep under the sky. But,
okay.
Do you have a hot bath for sale?
We do not have a hot bath. Unfortunately, no, we don't. But I can provide you with a pitcher and some warm water if you like to clean off. Also, you can sleep outside. I wouldn't really recommend it. This area is not safe at the moment. But if you want accommodation, the stable, if you want to sleep up at the loft, it's perfectly fine and it's clean and safe.
The stable would be fantastic. Thank you. I will.
Yeah. Just talk to River. They are the stable hand. And yeah, if you want to help out, that's perfectly fine. But if you're low on coin, then just stable, it's fine.
Victorious will take care of your tab, Kingsman. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm.
And she points to all the gold on the table.
Just sort of falling down.
He is always.
He's always on the table, picks up a gold and flicks it behind him.
He is always generous to a fault, but I still prefer to sleep outdoors as much as I can. But thank you. I will certainly take whatever water you can spare. If you have some soap, that would be good too. If I may order the venison as well on
absolutely.
Vix. Yeah. I will go and clean up first. If you could have the food ready, thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Food will be ready in 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll get that water boiling for you straight away. Can I give you something to drink meanwhile? The ash
Just
brew
water.
bitter is quite nice.
I will just have a glass of water. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll have one of
I'll
those,
have
please.
this.
And another one, please.
She takes your drinks, the order for the drinks, and there's like a small area with a kitchen where she puts on some hot water for you. And then later on, when she comes and serve the drinks, she also mentioned that if you're looking to earn some coin and want to help us here in Buckbridge, as I mentioned to your friend, we do have a little bit of a problem, and I have an offer for you. Lately, gnolls have come down from the mountains. They raided a couple of outlying farms and attacked travelers as well. You can see she's frowning, like she's quite worried. And several of the village's hunters, including my husband Dave and his best friend Evet, has tried to stop them, but the gnolls are too many and cunning. We need more people to deal with the problem. If you would be interested.
You mentioned
is-
his name was Dave.
Yeah, his name is Dave.
Silly name.
Yeah.
I would, if he's still here, I would like to meet
No,
him.
he is out hunting gnolls, and he's unfortunately not
What's a
here.
knoll?
Well, you certainly
you.
have my bow.
Oh,
Yeah,
that would be fantastic.
What? Good question. What is a gnoll?
A gnoll it's this type of horrible beast. Similar, it's a monstrosity really. It's not an animal, and they're quite cunning. They look a little bit like not quite a wolf, but they walk on two legs. But they can also use weapons like spears and I think bows as well. They've been coming down the mountains and they have been raiding outlying villages. And there is a village, a farmhouse called Apple Hollow, 2 days journey from where you are now. And we haven't heard from them. I'm slightly concerned, to be honest. She tells you, and she offers a reward of 10 gold.
And these gnolls, do they bleed?
Yes, they do,
If they
freely.
bleed, we can kill them.
Yes, I would assume so. That would be much appreciated and very welcome.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I like gold.
Is that 10 gold in total or per person?
She looks at you. No, that is in total, I'm afraid.
Oh,
No, just checking.
oh, I
You
just
never know.
paid for half of that at least.
What comes around goes around. So yeah. She points over at the dwarf in the corner with his nose in his book and says, "We have a scholar here who can provide you with a map if you like to know where Apple Hollow is located."
Kara just makes her way over to him without even like introducing herself and sits down like right across from him and just kind of stares at him.
Oh, and he looks up and like, "Oh my goodness gracious me! Oh, that is. You are. I mean, I'm terribly sorry. Where are my manners?" He presents himself as Bjorn Amberclan. He is a scholar from Winterholm, and he's very curious about who you are.
Hello there, I'm Kara.
Oh, I can hear it from the accent. Are you from the hinterlands or northern far away, perhaps?
Northern.
Oh, that is so nice. I once had a distant cousin, twice removed on my second side, and then remarried. No, wait, remarried and then twice. No, a distant relative who came from. I'm very happy to meet you. That's. And are you traveling? He looks up and sort of notice you for the first time. Are you in a company?
Yes, these are all my friends scattered around the tavern. Killian, can you join me?
Oui. I will walk over. How busy is this place?
It's not as busy as you would have expected it to be at this time. So usually people either they have their simple food at home, but otherwise it's nice to sort of meet up, discuss what's going on in the village with hunting and stuff. So, and you notice also that there's quite a few, like there should be more hunters here. There's a little bit of a missing group of people, so it's not overly busy.
Those that I've travelled with will probably notice I've been quiet since we arrived, and I'm looking pretty anxious.
Mm.
I'll sit down next to Kara.
Oh yeah, Bjorn says, "Oh no, please."
This is one of my companions.
Which way is it?
This way.
I've done that already. Oh, how nice to meet you. Bjorn peers at you. Oh, delightful. Yes. Interesting.
I hear you have maps of this land.
Oh yes, I do. He's looking around. Are you looking for any specific map? I have several of them. Are you perhaps a scholar yourself?
Oh no, I am just a traveler. Side note: what's the map that we needed, or just the map of the farm apple hollow?
I think Dave, you have the map over the region.
Yep, here we go.
Yeah.
So okay, a map of Buckwild. Okay.
Yes. So this is the lower part of Eastern Faraway, and you are currently in Buckbridge, and Apple Hollow is located south west of you. It takes around 2 days to go there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 2 days journey.
Do you have a spare map that my companions and I can take with us? I mean, we're not from around.
I might have an old copy that I wouldn't mind giving to you. Yes, are you going to? As a matter of fact, I was wondering if are you perhaps a group of travelers? You don't really appear to be hunters or farmers, or are you just here for the Hunters Moon Festival?
We're just travelers.
Because you see, I'm looking for a group of adventurers who might be able to help me.
And then I look over at Flinne and I'm like, more coin, perhaps? Yes.
Flynn sort of stays on his chair, but he sort of scoots over. Hello, nice to meet you. You were saying?
Yes. No, you see, I am a scholar from Winterhold. I am here to. Yeah, this is Bjorn.
Thank you.
I am here because I'm investigating tales and gossips and rumors about Queen Freya's long lost tomb. And you have all heard the story about Queen Freya's sweet steel long lost tomb. You've heard it in like different versions, sort of. It also always happened to be someone knew someone who once knew someone who had found the tomb, but there have never really been any sort of clear. It's a sort of like Tutankhamun legendary tomb that if you traveled on the road and you're looking for fame or fortune, you have guaranteed you have heard of it. But that is not what Björn actually wants to have want you to help him with. He orders a round of drinks for everyone at the table. And then he continues and he says, I need someone to investigate a rumor that I've heard here at the inn. It concerns a peculiar light that has been seen near the twins. It is an old stone monument not far from here. And you can see on the map, it's also noted on the map. It's 1.5 days travel west of Buckbridge, I think, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah. And it is unfortunately across a sort of a marsh area called Dead Man's Land. And he offers 2 GP each if you like to go there and investigate. There's been mysterious lights. They have been seen during nighttime. And Bjorn thinks that maybe it's gnolls. He's not entirely sure. Could be. And then he also says that if they ever find anything that is that has to do with ancient dwarven, items or something like an old ruin or anything, he's very interested in knowing that as well. So when you sit there and you're discussing this task, the door to the inn suddenly opens wide, and a tall elf walks in. He just closes the door and walks straight to the bar, heading to Rosie, and she looks up immediately and go like, "Oh, Finel, have any signs? Have you seen her?" And you can sort of eavesdrop, and you hear him. He just shakes his head like, "No, nothing. I scouted the entire rabbit hill, but there is no trace. Either she's hiding her trace, or she was never there. I don't know." And Rose sort of like, "Do you want anything to eat? Can I give you some hot stew at least? You can't go out in this weather." He's like, "I'll take some rations, that's all. I have to head out again." And then Rosie...
Excuse me, my friend. You seem to be harried and in trouble. Rosie, would you introduce us? I can help.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. And Rose is sort of like, "This is Finel Aluminaria. He is a scout, elf, wood elf. And Finel sort of like, take over and explain that he's worried about his daughter who's gone missing. She is a hunter, and you can read between the line if you make a successful insight check, by the way. Let's do that.
Okay, let's try that.
Yeah.
Insight. I got a natural 19. That puts me at 21.
Okay, now you're like, yeah, okay. So you can read between the lines that he's clearly very concerned about that his daughter is missing. He's also potentially hiding something. He just sort of like, well, she left a little bit quickly and said that she was going to go to Rabbit Hill, but he hasn't seen anything since then. And
I am somewhat of a skilled hunter myself. I'm very familiar with woods and these type of lands. I would be happy to accompany you. Rosie, if you could put the picture of hot water on hold, I'll grab some rations and I can come with you now.
Oh, that would be thank you. Thank you, stranger. That is very generous. I don't have much to offer. I have 5 gold. But if you like to
pay, if you're looking for your daughter, that's fine. I will help you. I was a father, so I know what it means. It's okay.
Okay.
I will help.
Thank you. That is very kind of you.
I pick up quiver and my bow, and
yeah,
I'm ready as soon as Rosie comes back with some food.
Yeah. Finel suggests in that case, if you could search Boar Hill, that you could split up. Then he can search Fern Forest. And if you search Boar Hills, it's going to be, 2 people can cover a larger area quicker than just if they travel together. You give a short description. So his daughter is called Gillian, and because you made the kind offer of helping, he quietly explains that they had a quarrel, and that she left and said because she wanted to help fighting the gnolls, and he didn't really want her to do that because it's too dangerous. And he's now very concerned. He's found tracks of gnolls, frost wolves, and bears in the area, but no tracks from Gillian. And so he tells you, like, if you want to, maybe Rosie can explain where Boar Hills is, and he grabs his rations and say that he will be back tomorrow. And yeah, you wish you Godspeed and thank you so much for your help. And he's
not a
out
problem.
through
I
the
will
door.
meet you back here tomorrow, same time.
When he has left, and Racy says, like, I know that you want to help, and I think that's very, very honest and very kind of you. I would strongly recommend that you don't leave right now. The woods are very dangerous. Leave in the morning instead. You can gather more provisions. There are people here in the village who would be more than happy to help you. We have a really good blacksmith, Gorm and the clan, if you need blacksmith supplies. Father Lormus sells healing potions. And if you need anything else, talk to River, the stable hand. And then
Thank
she
you,
pauses,
Rosie.
sort of
Thank
like, if you insist on going, of course you can. We can see if we can. It's a small village. I can rouse them, but otherwise, I would strongly recommend that you leave in the morning.
I am new to this area. I will follow your advice. You know the local area better than I would. And I will take that picture of hot water if you have it.
Oh yeah. It's actually ready. So
there you go. And I'll take that and I'll leave the tavern. I'll go out back.
Yeah.
And like I won't Dragonborn Barnes, we sit there past 10 minutes doing all this. I'm not gonna role play. I'm in the shower.
And he doesn't stop. Like he is like even with like minimal people in here, he's like pushing like his coin purse out and like almost busting. Like, even
roll a
during
performance.
even during that chirpy tune, he is oblivious to those around him.
Roll a performance check to see how well you check. Yeah, go for it.
That is a 19.
Wow.
What?
Nice.
What is everyone doing? You're really, really good. Either you're getting rid of all the good rolls now, and then later
Right.
it's gonna be you try to hit 2, 3, not roll 1. So 19, that will give you. Oh wow. Okay. These cat dice are just really unpredictable. So you earn 21 copper.
Not bad.
It's a poor town.
People,
it's a farm.
people
It's a hunt. Yeah.
People, like,
No, absolutely.
He doesn't like snort at it or anything, but he's just like.
How did you sort of like?
There's like a raised quill and an eyebrow every time somebody puts in a copper.
Yeah. Well, you see this young boy who's around 16. He's also adding like a small wood carved whistle, sort of like a pipe that he's clearly made himself. He's quite proud, sort of like.
And with that, he nods. And if that little kid puts in like a musical instrument, Vixorus would like. He'd pick it up and you'd watch as like this gem dust almost off the tips of his finger, like his claws and his scales, kind of like almost like a dust goes down and mixes with like the dust that like almost plumes off him when he moves, and then it like imbues the whistle and he hands it to the youngster, and he's going to use bardic inspiration, and he nods as if to like play with me. And then tries to lead.
You see his eyes are like this big. He's like, oh my god, that is so cool.
Where he was just strumming the lute before, it then becomes a bit more rhythmic. There's like a few more.
Yeah.
And then like you hear this like resonance, like
throat singing. Awesome.
If I don't know what languages people speak, but that's in one of my languages. And he will give a bardic inspiration to the kid, and if he wants to play along,
he definitely sort of like sits down and sort of like, and let's see how it goes. Is it a D6 extra for bardic inspiration?
I do believe so. Let me check a quick
I think
look.
it's like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Holy shit. 17 and 3 for bardic inspiration. So 20. Like, okay. Everyone else is sort of like nodding around to the beat. Like, even people who don't want to, they can't help themselves because this is really catchy.
Yeah, and like I think that bardic magic would like that high pitch from the whistle it's like
Yeah.
frequencied too, like that. Well, that's why like it just.
I'm
gives it
thinking
that,
it sounds like the Dune soundtrack somehow, like very much. So
You guys haven't heard Victoris sing at all. You've only ever seen him like twiddling away like a teenager at a party who doesn't want to know and is just oblivious to the world around him. He's just sat there fiddling with his lute. But when somebody else shows interest, he's like, okay. And there's like a change, there's like a glint in his eyes. And just, yeah, we'll sit there and
you know that
serenade
this
him.
guy, this little boy, well, 16 years, is going to talk about this to his mates for the rest of, at least the next 12 years. Like once at the tavern, I played together with this really cool, you can just hear it. That's going to happen. So you definitely made an impression. And young man might run off and try to become a bard one day. We'll see. Who knows? So,
And then he'll just play the night away until it's sleepy by bedtimes, of which he will probably be pretty hammered by that point and will probably pass out not in his room.
Yeah.
Glyn is sort of half out of his chair because he was going to go and check on Kingsman. He's a bit worried, but he was completely arrested by Victorious. He's just like slowly sits down again. It's like, what? And just sits there, listens to this performance.
Okay, I'm gonna make a note of that. Excellent. Yeah, Lysandria, or Liz, as she's called, she will leave early. She's very, very tired, and she's been. You notice that she's been kind of half limping for quite some time. She probably has blisters, so she went to bed quite early. Is there anyone else who wants to do something before you crash, or before you go to bed?
I think I would probably walk outside, just the front door of the tavern, close the door behind me, and then I would start meditating by lighting a fire basically in my hand, like a light that looks like a fire. And I'm just she just sits there and just stares into it for a few minutes before she goes to bed.
Nice. Yeah, you get that sort of like this sort of aura and inner peace that fills you by doing this sort of just before you go to bed. So you have a really nice sleep when you go to bed. Anyone else wants to do something?
Well, it's eventually I'll put, if I can, if there's a lull in the music, I will go outside and open the door and then immediately close it because I realize I can't see anything. Go get a candle from a table, return outside, like, Kingsman, are you out here?
You don't notice anyone really. Kara's already gone inside, so you sort of.
Yeah.
But after a while, there's someone sort of poking up their head out from the stable. It's like, can I help you?
Oh, just don't. Oh, sorry.
You managed to scare them as well. Like, I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Odin's beard. I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there. Very good hiding skills. Have you seen a man, a half elf, somewhere out here? Looks a bit like he has a death wish because he wants to sleep in the woods with the wolves. He's out.
Not seen anyone with a death wish, no. But have you heard that there is like a dragon and an angel at the inn?
What? Oh yes. Well, it's complicated. It's really nice people. You might.
I haven't really dared to go inside yet. They seem.
No. They're extremely.
I am
friendly.
gonna look in the window. So.
Yes, you should. No, have a conversation with the bard, the dragon, as you call him. Well,
I've heard the music is really.
He's fantastic. I've traveled with him for weeks, and he hasn't opened his mouth, but he can sing. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
The half elf. Have you seen him?
There's a half elf sleeping in the loft in the stable.
That's the half elf I'm looking for. I hope, because otherwise this is going to be embarrassing. I walk into.
There's another half elf, but
oh wait,
that's she went to bed inside.
So what? There
are two half elves, I believe.
I look.
Actually, there could be even more. What do I know? This is River you're talking to.
Oh, right.
Ah.
Okay.
They are a half elf, but I think that you are referring. They are confused because they don't know if you're talking about Lysandrea or the Kingsman. So they're trying to accommodate for both of the questions
Gotcha.
in a
Right.
some slightly complicated way.
If that dawns on me, this one wears he has a sword.
Okay, no, that's definitely the one sleeping at the loft.
Perfect. Can I go in and talk to him?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
But don't
I
disturb
walk
the
in-
horses.
No. How? What? No.
No.
Why?
It's just,
How
I
do you
don't know.
disturb? Okay, I'll be quiet. Or soft spoken. Kingsman, are you up there?
Yes, Flinny.
It's not the
Right.
first time this has happened.
I have no idea what you're doing. There are
I was
wolves in the
trying
woods.
to sleep, Flinny.
Well, that's what's troubling me. If you are in any way attacked or in trouble, just scream, okay? I mean, yeah, I guess you would scream anyway, but scream for us. Because
I kind of, on where I am on the upper floor in
Yeah.
the stable, I kind of roll to the edge and I'll just quickly whoosh, knock an arrow. So pull an arrow, knock it, and fire it in front of his feet. They will have to be quicker than me if they try to attack me here.
Oh my gosh.
Right. I
You have
pull
this
the
feeling
arrow
that he
out
can
and
take
hand
care
it
of
back to
himself.
him. That's I take that as a yes.
Thank you, Flinny.
Sleep well. Sleep well. And I walk away
All right.
very quickly back to the inn, and I go to bed.
Okay. Excellent. Anyone else want to do anything before you go to bed? I'll take that as a
Whether-
no.
So when we go up to the rooms,
Yeah.
I will climb out of the window onto the roof.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to sleep inside. This is going to really wind Eric up.
It's been what,
I
half
will
an hour?
just spend-
Fuck this, fuck you, I'm outside. You can't tell me what to do. I'm a D&D player.
Across the ceiling.
I will meditate on the roof in the evening.
Okay. You climb up on the roof and you meditate. There was a slight drizzle in there, but it has stopped now. The moon is it's not full yet, but it's what do you call it? Waxing, waning, a word like that. So, and it's very, very still. After a while, you hear the wolves howling again, but they are quite far away. You hear these sort of like small noises in the forest. You notice that these guard towers are manned, so people are actively keeping a look and sort of looking into the forest and making sure that the village is safe. So yeah, you meditate and you, like Kara, you find your inner peace and you feel very relaxed. I'm assuming that everyone eventually will go to bed after different amount of ales and beer. So you can all sort of like
And
decide how
yeah,
tired you are in
Vix-
the morning.
Vix gets annihilated, so I will happily take the exhaustion if you
I have a feeling
It's
that some of you are
worked
gonna...
out badly before doing that, so it's fine. And like even at the end of the night, there's like nobody there, and he's like, "Oh my thanks," and then just like passes out on the table. There's nobody in the room.
Yeah, even Rose is sort of, she's close to the tavern and sort of like, your room is up, it's a badger room in number 5, so I'm just gonna close now. So yeah, but the little bard boy, he's gonna become a bard later on. He's already decided. His name is Curse Grevlin, and he's obviously a fan. He asks you to sign his little whistle, and he's gonna keep it always.
And I think with that,
So, yeah.
as Vix was leading him throughout the night, he would also ask him, like, at one point, he'd be like, "Show me a song of your town, of your people," and try to get him to lead a song and try and learn something local.
Yeah. Yes, it's all sort of old folk song. It's quite It's quite rhythmical. It's not the way with throat singing, but it has a sort of like a really nice groove to it. And it's an old sort of wandering song, so it's easy to walk to. It has the same type of rhythm, and that's how it originates. And you learn a new song, which is quite popular in this area. So
Perfect.
brilliant. Some of you wake up quite early in the morning. I assume that Kingsman is going to get up before dawn, and perhaps Killian as well.
I would be up as well. I'd be outside meditating again.
Right, excellent. So there is breakfast is included in the room, and because you so kindly said that you're going to help Sinel Kingsman, you get breakfast on the room on the house anyway. So it's like just normal sort of porridge with a couple of crushed nuts on top and goat milk to go. And Rose is serving that. She also tells them that if they need any travel ratios or anything else, they can talk to the local smithy, blacksmith, Gorm, or River, the stable hand, and then Father Lomas has some healing herbs that might be good.
Very good. So, my friends, I don't know about you, but the reason I'm here is because I decided I wanted some peace and quiet, some kind of tranquil environment to relax in for a while. This is not that place. This is a hornet's nest. There is so much happening here. What?
Then I suggest we head out into the forest. I met a gentleman last night. His name is Finnell. He seems to have lost his daughter in the woods. I was going to ask Rosie if she'd could find out if he'd managed to find her, and if not, we could head out into an area they call Boar's Hill.
Well, it sounds like people need help, and it's one thing Victorious the Bright Scale of the Dragon does to help people.
Very good. But Kara,
Yes.
before you called me over, you had a conversation about there were lights.
Yes, there was lights in a find my notes. The lights of the Twins, I believe, in a section called the Twins. Strange lights at night, but we can go there at night and investigate.
Strange lights.
So we have Boar's Hill. Looking at the map, Boar's Hill.
Yeah.
The Twins are in separate, opposite locations.
Mm.
So we may have to choose.
And what?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna do after you, please, Flinny.
No, please go ahead. I'm looking at this map. I've never seen a map with so many trees on. I'm a bit transfixed. Trees everywhere.
It is a nice part of the.
Yeah, it's very different what I'm used to. But if we can knock off Boar's Hill first, deal with the gnolls, go see the lights at night time, get it all done in one day. We're capable, surely.
It takes 2 days to get to Apple Hollow, but
2 days.
We're capable. We got this.
yeah,
2
it's
days.
capable.
Oh God!
I suggest we go to Boar's Hill first. We don't know what the situation is or if she's still in danger, but I think I would.
I
like to
agree
help.
with Leroy because clearly Zadev, Rose's husband, is definitely dead. The Knolls will have killed him. So this job is merely a mission for revenge, not rescue.
Luna sort of watches him, sort of frowns slowly.
And
Haven't heard you talk much on the journey.
Every
this is
time he
gonna do
does,
me
everyone has a
this-
giggle. What's he on about?
I did not see that one
big
coming.
nose. I can't do this, but anyway.
Now we know. We know now.
Oh, I did not see that one coming.
The scholarly dwarf with the large nose is like. So I agree with Leroy, the Kingsman, that we have to go to Boar's Hill first. There is a chance that young girl is still alive, and as soon as we can get out of
Then
this
we must
place,
make haste.
it's far too noisy for me. Then so much the better.
We can find we can help Finnell. If we can find his daughter, we'll be back. The Knolls will be an ongoing problem, I'm sure, for the locals, and we can help them as and when we can. When we get back, and I agree with Cara, the best time to see lights, especially if they're in the sky, is at nighttime.
Yes.
You've done this before.
We've done this many times, just not with you, Flinny.
That's a comfort.
Well, then lead
And
the way,
you
Kingsman.
And Kara can speak to Wolf or read their body language, which
A wolf is a wolf.
might prove very useful.
Then let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to talk to any of the villagers before you leave to stop up for provision, or are you just going to head off?
No, they're poor.
Rosie did mention that Father Lomas would have healing if we are okay, but if this young lady requires some healing, better we take some extra.
I forgot to mention that Miss Andrea is with you as well, and she said I wouldn't mind sort of looking into what he has to offer. It might come in handy.
Okay. Then we'll go to Father Lomas.
Very good.
So you find Father Lomas at the chapel. So the village has this sort of like small chapel. It's not big, it's just like a small one. And then a couple of gravestones. And he's this elderly, wizened man, sort of sweeping very, very slowly as someone who sort of has this joint issues or something. So he's not sweeping very quickly, but he doesn't seem to be in a rush either. And he looks up at you as he has this sort of like wrinkly, kind of friendly face and sort of like, well, hello, yes. Are you travelers here for the festival?
Old man, we are looking for Father Lomas. Please point us in his direction.
Oh, yeah. I am Father Lomas. Nice to meet you. How can I help you? Would you like to pray for you, or are you in need for healing?
What's wrong with you? Why do you walk like that?
Oh, no, nothing is wrong with me. I just happen to be quite old. And why?
Why?
That's the way. He seems to be very patient with you. So, like, well, you see, when humans grow older and they are getting quite old, their joints, the bones kind of stiffen, and especially if it's going to rain, you get these aches. So, doesn't your type of you're a very interesting type of dragonborn, I believe. Do you have that problem for the elders, or do they just fade like red?
We do it gracefully.
Ah, yes, no, I'm sure that you do.
Looks at Killian. I'm a little drunk still. I'll be round the corner.
I have a tea for that if you like.
Just
so
ignores you and walks off.
Nope.
He seems to be ignoring you as well. He's already on a mission to find the tea. So he has this inside the little chapel. He has this sort of area, this cupboard where he's sort of rummaging around and he has a couple of things for sale. He sells healing herbs, something that he calls Celia's tea leaves, and then he has let's see, 2 potions of anti-venom for sale, and something that is that he calls dust of beast repellents.
Ooh.
What's... Yeah. She'll point to the last thing that you said, the dust, and she'll just kind of stare at it. Do tell me, what's in this?
Oh, this is a type of a dust repellent. It's quite. I got it from one of the hunters. They collect various types of herbs, and then he sort of 5 minutes later, you know all about the herbs. Like the only person who's really listening now is Lysandria. Is sort of like.
I would be listening too, because Kara gets very fascinated with people.
Yeah. No, he with this audience of actually 2 people listening to him, he goes into describe quite well the different types of herbs that you have to collect, and there's some sort of like small stone-like berries that you ground, and then you get this sort of peppery dust repellent that you can use, and it's quite effective. It is unfortunately also quite expensive. It costs 25 gold for one package of dust repellents, and I'm gonna check up information about it.
What type of repellent is this? What does it repel?
It repels different types of beasts, and it can make. They can take. They do take damage because it's quite sort of chili spicy, and they get blinded for a short duration. So it's used by hunters in this area, especially as a sort of like last exit. You sort of throw it and run if you meet some type of monster or beast who are a little bit too dangerous for you. And yeah, the container contains dust for one single use. It doesn't have any effect against undead plants and constructs and creatures who don't need to breathe. But otherwise, yeah, that's how it works.
Right.
It contains black pepper and leaves of orange ash flowers that have been ground to a fine dust, among other.
Father Lomos,
Yes,
please don't
my
be
child.
offended.
Absolutely not.
I'm. Never mind. I'm new here, and I don't mean to question things, but does it work? And the reason I'm asking is because there was this notorious street vendor up in Whiteport, and he sold this pirate repellent to people.
A pirate repellent?
Yeah, you had it on your boat, and it sort of repelled pirates, so pirates didn't come close. I personally don't think it really worked because the people who bought it never came back. So I'm just naturally wary about things like this. I mean, has it been tested?
Yes, it has. We've used it for several. You can absolutely. If you like to, you can talk to Rosie. She will definitely. Her husband Dave has used it on a couple of occasions, if I'm not mistaken. So
is it Dave dead?
He's dead. He's definitely dead.
Yeah, Dave's dead.
No, I don't think so. He's investigating Knowles together with his friends.
Knowles are now investigating Dave's innards out by Apple Hollow.
Oh dear. He looks a little bit skeptical. Well, in that case, I would probably have heard about it because I worry people here. But well, it's a shame, really. He's quite nice, that young fella. He doesn't seem to be completely overly concerned or convinced, but
I think. Right, where's Kingsman? Has he wandered off again?
No, I've been listening, but the best animal repellent I have is my bow and arrows.
Yeah.
Lysandria buys some healing herbs. So Father Lomas he's quite pleased with that. He also warns them about the gnolls. If you are, I assume that you're planning on leaving the village and go and explore. So be careful now. We have gnolls in the forest, and they're quite dangerous. They're dumb but dangerous, and they can be surprisingly cunning. Ambushes and guards they use for some sort of beast that are barely, low of intelligence. They are remarkably cunning. So I would be wary. I would also stay away from Fern Forest. The frost wolves has been seen there, according to some of the hunters that I helped the other week.
Frost wolves? It looks like Kara. Kara, what's a frost wolf?
I'm gonna roll and see if Kara knows what a frost wolf is.
Yeah, go for it.
What can I roll?
You can I don't know. What do you want to roll? You can do
Nature?
You can do,
I guess it'd be nature. Yeah.
Nature or history if you know any history about it. But nature
They're
would be.
both ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I rolled a 16 plus 1, 17.
What? What's going
Nice.
on? Everyone is rolling so well. Okay.
Just
wait
you
for
wait.
combat.
Yeah, I
just
want to
wait.
say you're on a roll, but that would be
Just
awful.
wait.
Yeah. So
It's all
Frostwolf is
down from here, baby.
it's the natural offspring between countryside normal wolves from the Eastern Faraway and the domesticated winter wolves that were used as mounts by the invading Iron Shield clan in the past. They are dangerous. They are quite large, and according to what you've heard, they are really good at hiding. They have some special ability that means that they can fade into natural surroundings. And they also are known for chilling their opponents to death by icy breath.
Yes. They will turn you into ice, so be careful.
You're serious?
She seems
What
to be
am
quite
I-
serious.
What am I thinking? Where's Kingsman? Oh, there it is.
I'm still here. I'm just standing right behind you.
I'm so sorry, but you're so prone to wandering off, and I'm nervous about people's well-being. It's habit.
I am simply in a queue. I'm waiting my turn. I will buy some healing herbs, Father Lomas.
Yes.
And that
The
is
healing herbs are 5 GP, and it is a little package with different types of herbs that you can use. I'll have a look to say it correctly. The box contains 10 doses, and as an action, you can use 1 dose of herbs while using a healer kit to heal a wounded creature. And when you do so, the creature regains 1d4 hit points and your wisdom modifier, plus your wisdom modifier. So it's different small bags. They're neatly labeled. Dried curative herbs such as white chamomile leaves, valerian roots, dried petals of lady slipper orchids, or crushed mulberries. They can be used directly on the wounds, or you can make like a poultice or a brew as indicated on the labels on each of these little bags.
Okay.
So,
Okay. That's fine.
anyone
Good.
else wants to buy something else?
This reminded me. How much was the beast repellent?
25 GP.
I mean, Victorious could probably purchase it for you.
I'm not in the room. I'm currently outside.
Oh!
No, he walked.
He left.
Then I would
Is
just
it-
say it anyway.
The suggestion is
yeah,
still
yeah.
valid.
Yeah.
He hiccuped
Yes, I-
and left. So.
I'll have some of those healing herbs too, if I may, please.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Could you tell me again what it does?
Yeah. So it's a wooden box with small, several canvas bags with various herbs. And if you use a healing kit together with this, the creature regains 1d4 hit points plus your wisdom modifier.
I won't take it. I don't have a healer's kit, so.
He does have that for sale as well, but I don't know how much that is. I'll check it up.
Tove, out of game question, is that an item that you've created for this particular module, like that? That basically bolsters a healing kit into giving you hit points, because that's really good.
Yeah, no,
Really cool. 5 gold for a healer's kit.
For several of these books, I've made like special items, and this is one of the things that I came up with, because I like the idea that you can use. It's very sort of Tolkien, where you sort of like, we need to find King's Hall, you know. So it's a cool idea, and it's something that I think that they should have if they, you know, in the Hunter region, sort of.
Yeah, it's awesome, and he's back in character.
Yeah, sort of like do. Let's see. Healer's kit is 5 GP.
Oh, never mind. It's all right.
Are you sure?
I have my hands to heal.
Lysandria says that she has a healing kit if you like to borrow it. If you ever are in need, she's more than happy to help you.
But that's very kind of you too. So we got.
And then she's sort of like, well, since I kind of nodded off during my, I would be happy to help out if I can. You remember, like a couple of days ago, she fell asleep during her guard. So she was meant to sort of keep awake during the night. She fell asleep, and then she was meant to do some snares, traps, and she just entangled herself. So she seems to be interested in getting into your good books again. So
okay, that's very kind of you, and you, Clara. Right. Well, in that case, I'll hold off with my purchases for now, but I'll keep you in mind.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's it for Pulina. He basically checks his gear and gets ready to depart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lysandria also buys some of the Stylian tea leaves. She seems to be have quite a lot of money. I'm just gonna write that down. But she doesn't throw them around as other party members are clearly prone to do. All right. Do you want to do anything else before you leave the village?
No. I would just follow out.
Yeah.
I think we should hurry.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. It is. It's a bright morning. The morning brings sunshine and clear weather, but it's quite windy at the moment. You can see far away in the distance, there are some darker clouds gathering at the horizon. And you set off. So the wind is blowing in your face, but it's still, it's a little bit on the crisp side, but it is a beautiful autumn morning. And you head northeast, I think, towards Forest.
Can we make a general perception check of tracks, or just if anyone's walked through here recently?
Yeah. If you want to look for tracks, that would be a survival check. You can definitely do that.
I'd like to look for tracks. And are we on foot or on horseback?
Do you own a horse?
I don't own a horse.
If you don't, then you're definitely on foot.
That's only an 11 for me.
Okay.
Die.
That's a 16 for tracking using survival.
Yeah. Anyone else is doing any tracking?
Yeah, I rolled a solid 4, and I can confirm that I see the inside of my hood is all I see. What?
Just following along.
Yep.
You're playing
I got
music for
18
us.
18 on
for
tracking,
sure.
but
She'd be right next to you, listening, looking down. Doesn't see anything, listening.
Is that a beast repellent or a beast attractor? That's what I'm wondering.
It's a bag of pepper.
Well, I mean,
Alright.
the play.
The music.
Music.
Depends what kind of beast you're looking for. Some beasts love the music and some beasts love to dance for it, but we like to tame a beast.
So the people who, I think it was Kingsman and Killian, you rolled really high. You see quite a lot of footprints. It has been raining, so the ground is quite soft. It's easy to see the footprints. You see these larger, unnervingly large wolf paw prints that are a little bit on the big side. You also
What the
see
fuck is
plenty
that?
of wildlife.
I just touch your shoulder. A wolf.
It's just a wolf.
I've never seen a wolf. Are they fucking big? Are they that big?
You've never seen a wolf, not even pictures of a wolf?
I've heard of them, but I mean, I've never encountered one. They're not common where I'm from. It doesn't matter. What the fuck is
They
that?
are quite big.
That's a paw print. It's been raining. They stood here in the mud and left a paw print behind.
We probably heard them howling last night when we arrived in town.
It's the size of a frying pan. Are you sure that's a paw print?
So they're quite large. Some people use them as
how
well.
large? What? That's sitting on them?
Yes.
Yeah, that looks like you could ride that into battle.
Right.
Well, maybe not you, Vix,
What?
but things like goblins may use them. And it depends on how big the pack is. This could be an area where there's an alpha. Who knows?
Can we stop having this conversation?
Slowly puts the loot away.
Maybe we'll find out.
Right.
But if we keep talking, they will hear us. Sound travels
Mum's the
differently
word.
in the woods. Now, come on, keep up.
Yep.
Time
You
matters.
continue forward, and after around 2 hours or so, you find this little nice, what do you call it? A small stream where one of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, where I'm not making this up, Flinny, you decide to refill your water skin, and as you sort of, you're looking up around sort of for big wolves or something, and step straight into a hornet's nest. And I don't think we have a battle map for this. So, and they sting you angrily for one round before, and you scream loudly and run away. But nevertheless, you chase and you take 5 hit points.
Oh my god!
It's maximum as well.
That is
Flinny,
brutal.
Flinny, use your beast repellent.
Right?
Do you want to be?
You're supposed to run towards the water. They can't swim.
I can't stop and talk right now. Just running and beating wildly around.
You're just running around in circles, and we're like, jump into the water. Jump into
Everyone
the
else is sort of
water.
standing still, and he's just running and getting chased by this
Goodness.
big hornet's nest. So half of your face are now completely sort of covered with these sort of things. So it's very red and very angry.
He's standing there panting. Like, what was that? What kind of hellish creature was that?
You need to travel more and explore the lands.
No. I need to travel less. I've already learned my lesson. This is...
I mean, what are they doing out here? Why are those things here?
Yeah.
Nature. It's what surrounds us. They
Nature
live
tried to eat my face. Look at me.
And succeeded quite good as well.
She'll just touch your face and she'll do lay on hands and heal you for 3 points.
Oh, actually, that feels quite nice. All right. Right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How does it look?
You can
magic,
hear.
because Victoria should be very interested in that.
My magic. Are you asking about me?
Yeah, when you used that healing, then how did it look? Because Vix would be very, very
Oh, you want a description? Got it. It would probably my magic is basically from the sun, so it kind of looks like the sun starts to burn, and then it just kind of crackles away from her fingers like lightning, and then it like shoots back into her hand.
There's like a cocked head on Vix, and this like fucking smile.
Right.
And he's
Phil has probably
insane.
never had anything like that happen to him. So, look at Kara quite. It's like that's strange.
It looks
Interesting.
better.
It feels better. Well, thank you. I'm not sure what you did, but I appreciate it.
Of course. I don't require coin though. Shall we move on?
I do.
I know. That's why I said I don't require coin.
I'll take her share of everything.
Right.
You press on, and Killian, with your, or was it Kingsman who rolled 18
17
in
for me.
survival? Yeah.
I
That's
got 16.
good enough. You find a little sort of path, which is, first you're like, it's some sort of deer path, but it's, and then you find a couple of more humanoid footprints. And after a while, later that day, it leads to a small hunting cabin in the woods. It is a single square, just a small hunting cabin, and yeah, simple, made in wood, like this log cabins, and just a sort of straw roof.
So it doesn't look derelict or anything. Is there any smoke coming from the chimney?
No, there's no smoke.
But it
We're not
looks- it
staying here,
looks soundly
are
built.
we?
What?
Are there
It's got a
windows?
roof.
Are there windows?
They are sort of like just these, not proper glass ones, but shutters that are closed at the moment. During the summertime, it's probably more open, but at the moment they are closed. The door is closed as well. From where you are standing, there's no sign of life.
I'll cross the clearing towards the door.
You are by
We
the
should-
door. What you do?
Killian, we should check it out just in case the girl has taken refuge or anyone else has taken refuge.
I agree. I think this seems a logical choice for somebody to hold up, especially if there are wolves around. You'd want to be somewhere inside, somewhere where there's a fire you can light. I'll just open the door. I'm not going to knock. I just open the door and walk in.
It is a rustic log cabin. It's a very simple, 2 straw mattresses, and a 3-legged chair. You can search the area if you like. But there is no one there, I should mention.
I'll see if there's any sign of recent life. Is there any ash in the fireplace? Is it warm?
It's not warm, but yeah, you find some. It's definitely been here. Someone has been here for not that long ago. So yeah, and when you look around, you also find. You find that there's a rolled up. What do you call it? Bedroll. At the end of this straw mattress, it looks like it's definitely been left there, and it doesn't. When you take it up, it doesn't smell like it's moldy or anything. It's been left there recently.
Kingsman, let's look outside for some more tracks. It looks like someone's been here recently. Maybe there's less footprints around this area, so we might be able to pick up something more meaningful.
Agreed. Is there just the one door to this building?
Yeah, it's like 2 meters time 1.5. So it's a really small log cabin, just for sort of like for hunters to stay the night and then they continue hunting, or for
I'll
them
do
to
another quick check outside then, just check for tracks.
roll survival for me.
That is a 15.
And
Okay.
19 for me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You're like there. You know, you're not even looking. You're like, oh yeah, I found stuff over here.
Is it good enough to say it's the same person?
Yeah, you find various things. You definitely find some tracks that leads into the forest north from where you are. You also find disturbingly some red sticky fluid. There are also some wolf tracks, but it's not quite wolf. There's something else, and they are quite large.
So I'm
Similar
down on one knee with my fingers into this red sticky stuff. I bring it up and I smell it.
Yeah, it's blood.
It's
definitely blood. It has this metallic kind of iron
Yeah.
smell. It's reasonably fresh as well. It's not.
It's not coagulated.
You know,
it's still.
Yeah, it's still
running.
reasonably fresh. So it's less than a day old. And nearby, you also find a backpack that has been carelessly thrown aside. And there is a moss green cloth piece that hangs from a thorny bush. And in the backpack, you find a mess kit, a well-used tinderbox, 3 torches, 5 days of rations, a water skin made of ox skin, hemp rope, and a sharp carving dagger. And the carving daggers on the handle, it's been engraved with J.A.
Everything we're missing.
I guess the A stands for Alumnaria.
Yeah.
But did you catch the daughter's name?
Her name was Julian.
Jillian.
I didn't ask him how he spelled it, if it was a G or a J.
Oh, then it can't be her name. We'll leave it be.
Yeah, it could be someone else.
This is not the backpack we're looking for.
Always have to go. She looks fucking miserable. It's not her.
Vix, and I pick up the backpack and I throw it to Vix. Vix, take this. But I think we should let's double our speed. Let's go.
Wait, what's happening?
I will
well, we
equip
found some-
my shield and backpack and make off into the forest following the trail.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
You think we've got a trap? Let's follow.
Game's a foot flip.
Oh. Right. Blades out. I got my short sword and a dagger, and I trot after them.
Are the traps
right.
heading into the trees
Everyone know that.
or staying in the clearing?
There are trees everywhere, so it's a deep forest. But it's heading north. So if everyone can give me a passive perception.
Nine.
Is-
For no apparent reason, just out of
14.
curiosity.
Mine's 14 as well.
14, yeah.
13 for me.
Team 14.
I ain't seeing shit.
What I would like to do is get a little bit of distance away from the noisy Vixorius and possibly noisy Flinay.
Yeah.
And use Mask of the Wild, please, just to blend in with the forest a little bit.
Oh,
Awesome.
Nice.
Cool.
that's fun.
So then you are a little bit ahead of the rest. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Then you are the one who will see this first. You stop dead in your tracks when you notice a monstrously large beast among the bushes further ahead. It takes you a moment before you realize that the creature isn't alive. At first glance, the creature looks like a massive black wolf, but as you get closer, you realize that it isn't a wolf, but something else entirely. It is massive, with thick black fur, with sharp fangs the size of your, well, not the entire hand, but half of your palm. And a hunter's arrow has pierced one of the eyes, and the creature is quite dead. So you've seen this, but the rest of you haven't seen that yet.
I'll move forward.
Mhm.
So it appears to be a wolf, so it's a 4-legged creature.
It's a 4-legged creature, but it's significantly larger than a normal wolf, and it's
Okay.
black. So since you are from the area, you recognize the creature. It is a warg.
Right.
Work.
Do I know anything that in terms of wargs' nature, are they pack animals or are they solitary?
They are pack well. They generally they are pack animals. Sometimes alone male wolves can sort of run like a lone wolf, but otherwise it's definitely pack animals. And when you search the ground, you notice more tracks as well.
Okay. And are those tracks following the human-sized footprints that we found at the cabin? Yeah.
And the blood trail, yes.
Okay. I will wait for the others to arrive and say we really need to hurry. There are more of these creatures, and as you can see from the size of them, they are seriously dangerous. They are chasing whoever is out there, whoever left that backpack, and whoever is already bleeding and injured. We need to move quickly and quietly. I suggest Kingsman and myself lead because we can follow these tracks, but try to keep up.
So is that a wolf?
Yes.
It's a warg.
Not a wolf.
Not a wolf.
With a G.
Got it.
But worse than a wolf, judging by the size.
Oh yeah.
Can be, and they come in packs, so there are more of them.
Why do I keep asking these questions? I walk around this creature, giving it wide berth.
It's
and-
massive,
yes,
like
too.
really massive. You're like, it's a big dog. No, it's not a big dog. It's a really big dog.
Does it
Right.
look at it? Does it look like it was ridden by someone, or it was just a wild animal? Or does it look like it was trained, or it had a saddle, or if it was a kind of?
It doesn't have a saddle
beast of
on, no.
burden?
No saddle, no bridles, no harness of any kind. It does look like an enormous black wolf, but unnervingly large.
Right.
And it has us like with
Toy
this
looking.
one hunter arrow pointing out through the eye.
Right. Lead the way.
Right. You press on. So Killian and Kingsman, you are ahead, and because you rolled amazingly, you barely have to glance at the ground as you follow the tracks, and you can move your normal speed. You also notice tracks of deer, elk, a family of badgers, and other wildlife. You find some old tracks from gnolls, and after 1.5 hours, you arrive to a clearing, and you two will see this first, and the other one might see it when you sort of.
With my I'm a in terms of the ranger.
Yep.
I'm a natural explorer. Forest is one of my particular favorite environments. And it mentions in the description that I can know potentially the exact number of how many creatures we're tracking. So
Cool.
on where we've kind of gone on, I'm kind of counting what I think may be individual tracks. How
Yeah.
many do I think I can see?
Yeah, no, you can do that. You're not entirely sure, but you think that there are 3.
Okay.
There
So I
are
silently signal
either
to
3
Killian
or
there's
4,
3.
but you think it's 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So I
also
silently
notice
signal
that.
to him and only him.
Yeah.
That there's 3.
So yeah, you move on and you arrive at this clearing where there is a huge spruce tree, and up in the tree is this young half-elf woman. She has her leg is tied, but you can see even from where you are that it has seeped through with blood. Her quiver is empty. On the ground, there's a black shadow of one of those massive black wargs. The 2 of them are still prancing back and forth, sort of just waiting. So yeah, this is a clearing.
That's a very cool map.
Yeah,
How far ahead are you, Killian and Kingsman?
I
Are we
assume that
coming in from the south?
Yeah, you're coming in from the south.
No, I know, but did you guys scout ahead without us? And did you come back to tell us what you see, or are you still up there?
Not that far.
Okay.
Yeah,
So still
maybe 20, 30
10
feet, I guess. Yeah.
Steve, I'm 5 or 10, and then Steve's out in front.
I'm probably 20 or 30 feet ahead of you, so like one round's worth of movement, if you like. Okay, as soon as I see the girl in the tree being attacked by these creatures, I'm gonna roar with anger and charge cross clearing to attack.
Okay, I guess that's initiative now. But I think that's just what's gonna happen. Actually, this is a really good place to break. Killian roars in anger and gets his weapons out and rush into the clearing, and the rest of you are like, that's not the plan. And you see these two walks sort of like turn into and rush forward to meet you. Ta-da!
Can I take that initiative roll?
We can definitely do initial roll if we want to.
Right.
And
I got 21.
I would actually give you a surprise round as well, because out of sheer awesomeness. This is a rule of cool. If you do cool stuff, then we bend the rules. So I'm definitely giving that to you. But we can roll the initiative for them. The cats is not happy. They're rolling awful because they are unpredictable. Yeah, exactly. Cat dice. Can't trust them. So yeah, they are going to be on 6. And Steve, what you rolled 21, was it?
21, yes.
Yeah. Everyone else, I'll keep this for next time. Kingsman?
I got 5.
5. Flinny?
I'm back in Team 14.
Oh, okay. Welcome to Team 14. Victorious?
Team 14, baby.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, roll again then to see who's
Oh,
14A and 14B.
Stand back.
Yeah, show off.
Oh, wow. No, that's... it is. It's 21 for me.
Okay. I assume that means
19.
That close behind. And Kara, you got...
I'm too heavy. I'm running with my armor. 7.
Yeah.
With my swords.
All right. This is where we're going to pick up next time. See if we survive.
Awesome.
Yay.
That was very cool.
We're still alive.
Cool.
Yeah,
We're still
I know.
alive.
I was going to say that Steve made the highest, or did make the highest roll, I think. And you're going to give him a surprise attack. He's not here next session.
Oh.
Then,
So he gets to skip it.
Okay, you know what? Steve, roll damage and roll your roll so that you're actually. I think you should have that.
Okay, so as you see Killian take off across the clearing, shield and battle axe raised, you notice that the tattoo on his back, as he screams out into the afternoon sky, changes. Nidog rises up from the base of Yggdrasil and encompasses the entire tree. You see this huge dragon face appear across his shoulder blades as he goes into rage and takes a swipe at the first walk that he can reach.
Awesome.
Hitting with a 21.
Ooh,
Okay, that is definitely a hit. Yeah, roll damage.
It's 12 points of damage.
Ooh.
Okay,
Nice.
awesome.
nice.
Good.
And then I assume that you just Fade away, Mr.
I just crossed the rest of the clearing, just disappearing into the forest
Okay, yeah.
and hiding for the next session.
That's brilliant. You're not done.
There was my contribution.
Aw.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay. Fantastic.
We
All
are
right.
going to leave it there, folks, for the end of that session. End of the first session again. So the first time that Tobe's run GM'd live on a live stream. Again, thank you very much. We will
did
be
so
back
well.
in 2
Yes.
weeks' time. And we're there. So do check us out on Twitch. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're watching us on Twitch right now, you want to go over to YouTube, please do. But in the meantime, we're going to say goodbye, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Yay.
Hope that everyone will join us then.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.